We did week 1 or T1 last week, so that's why it's telling me that I have accomplished already the first week or the first time horizon, and it gives me a little check there that I completed T1. Remember, we talk about time horizon, so T1, T2, T3. The reason why we want to emphasize that, because initially we used to talk about week 1 and week 2, and everybody thought that the sequence, the cadence of your digital marketing was in weeks, and that is not the right message. It can actually be in minutes. It can be in hours. It can be in days. It can be in weeks. It can be in months. It can be based on many different things. So that's what we call about T, time horizon 1, time horizon 2. So today, we're going to execute time horizon number 2. Okay, now let me just again walk you through the platform, and here you have your instructor, which is me in this case. So it will show you that, and then on top you have the store if you want to go to take other courses, and then you have my library, which is all the courses you have registered for, you have access to them, and then you have here the Come and Learn. The Come and Learn is very important because that's how we connect with everybody in terms of education. Now remember, today I am the instructor, but one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to eventually become the instructor. With the American Institute of Financial Education, which I already introduced you to when I did my initial presentation of other companies, you educate the end user, you educate your clients on topics. I want you to become an instructor for the American Institute of Financial Education. Okay, that's the objective. And you're going to use a platform similar to this in order for you to sell your educational courses to your clients. So that's part of what we want to do. So in that case, you will be the instructor, and we'll make sure we build into that. So again, it tells you you can resume the course if you want to just go to wherever you left off, or you can click in the individual time horizons and it will take you directly there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click on time horizon 2, and we're going to get started with that. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and this is time horizon number 2. And we have several things here in time horizon number 2. First, we have on the right-hand side, we have this section called downloads. And this is very important. This download section here is very important because when you start clicking on those links, you're going to start downloading stuff that you're going to be using. But what we did is on this download section here, we have also placed all the documents there for you. So all the documents that we're using on week 25 on this mashup are here on the download section. And again, as I mentioned to you before, there's some documents there that are very, very powerful. And we want to make sure that you can reach them very easily. So I don't want you to go through the whole course in order to download a document that you're looking for. So you can always go here to the download section and download all the documents. By the way, today, we're going to be using 1, 2, 3, 4 documents. That's 4 pieces of content that we're going to be using in the execution of time horizon 2 of the Life Insurance Basics Mashup. This is the content that we're going to be using in the execution of the digital marketing campaign for this week. That content in this specific case is provided by AIG. So, and that's one of the reasons why we want to introduce you with this course, because this is content that is already designed and developed and really good content. But what we want you to do is to develop your own content. So you start using this content that we already have, and you start learning how to do all these mashups. But then you're going to start learning how to create your own content where you are in the video, where you are in the picture, where you are the one providing the message. And that has much more punch. When you are the hero or the actor or the character in the content, that really takes your business to the next level. So this is the content. And again, as I mentioned before, we have fantastic content that we're going to be covering today. So the first thing that we always do is we go back and remind everybody of the mashup, because you cannot forget what is it that you're trying to do. You are executing this mashup. Again, last week we did T1. So last week we went through this first level. And today we're going to execute T2, week 2. So this is the content, and these are the messages that we're going to post and we're going to send all over these 5 digital marketing channels that we selected. Remember, they were email marketing, direct mail, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. 5 channels, and we have this content that we're going to use to execute time horizon number 2. That's how it works. Now, in order for you to really take advantage of all of this, because this is content developed by AIG, is you need to get contracted with AIG. Because if you start sending content about AIG and then you try to sell somebody another product, you have a tough situation there that you need to overcome. And the idea is that you try to develop a process that is smooth. So that's number 1. And number 2, if you go out there and try to develop some content of the quality of the one that you're getting here for free, it's going to cost you $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 to develop. You go to any agency and say, I want to develop something like this. They're going to start charging you money that is not necessary for you to be spending where you don't have to spend money. I will tell you when you need to spend money and how. Okay, so that's part of what we're going to be developing. Again, this is the mashup, so we're going to be executing time horizon number 2. And what we're going to do today is these are the different messages that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be sending an email, and we're going to basically help determine your client's financial needs with the consumer needs analysis. The consumer needs analysis, and this is the piece that I was telling you about. This, we're going to open that and we're going to go over it. We're going to spend some time on that. Not digital marketing, but again, this is a combination. Remember, and never forget, you're an insurance salesperson. You're an insurance sales professional. So you need to master the products. You need to master those financial concepts. But now we are asking you to keep mastering that. Plus, now you need to become a digital marketing monster. You need to master digital marketing. So you cannot forget the first for the second, because at the end of the day, you're going to be selling insurance products. So consumer needs analysis. Then we're going to do a piece for direct mail. Then we're going to send an image in LinkedIn. We're going to send this image in LinkedIn. Then we're going to send an image in Facebook. And then we're going to send an image in Twitter. And in some instances, we're going to be adding a message to that image. So let's get started. Let's get started with step number 1, the consumer needs analysis. As I mentioned before, every time you send anybody anything, you need to make sure that you know what you're sending. So let me open this consumer needs analysis worksheet that you can download by clicking on the link, or you can download from here. Now, one of the possibilities here is that the name doesn't give you the actual content piece that you are looking for, but I already know that it's this one here, the client's email life insurance basic client needs analysis, this form. So again, I'm going to open it from here, but if I click from here, I will also be able to download it. In fact, let me do that. I'm going to click on consumer needs analysis, and I immediately see how I downloaded it. So you can see there that you downloaded the piece, but I'm going to open it from here. And this is the piece that I want to go over with you. This is an incredible piece that I strongly recommend that you add, and this is that you add to your content battery. Remember, one of the things that you're going to be doing is you're going to be building this library of content that you're going to use on a recurrent basis in many instances. And this is going to be one of those pieces that you're going to add to that library. That library is going to include pieces like this one, and then some things that you're going to be doing under your brand, under your name, with your image. Okay. So I'm going to enable editing. It's a Word document, so I'm going to enable editing. And this is the email that you're going to be sending. This is the email that you're going to be sending to people. So this is the subject line of the email right there. The subject line of the email that you're going to be sending is, how much life insurance do you need? That is the subject line of your email. That same subject line, we will later going to use that same subject line when we boost certain content. So how much life insurance do you need? That's going to be the subject line of your email. If we put that there, and in fact it's in red, it means that that's material that you can later modify. We strongly recommend you that you initially do not modify anything. That's the message I want you to send for the time being. Now, then you have the client name. Everything in red here means that you need to include that client name there. And then you have your contact information. So you're going to make sure that you include your contact information. And very important, we have a bunch of disclosures, a lot of disclosures. Now, one of the things that we brag about is that we run our business very clean. And we want to make sure we keep it that way. And we want to make sure that you keep it that way too. If you start running things and you don't do it compliantly, we will terminate you. We will take you out of our team. You will not be part of our team. We run the business clean with everything. I don't know if you read the Wall Street Journal 2 days ago. There was this article. They took some telemarketers that were selling Medicare Advantage and health insurance on the phone, and they were fined $225 million. $225 million, okay, because of making uncompliant phone calls. So I am very happy about that. And I want to make sure that we never get to something like that. And it starts by you not taking out any type of disclosures, doing the things the way they need to be done. You need to create compliant habits in the way you do business. And that's a little detail. Don't take out when they tell you, do not take this out, you don't take it out. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. It's very simple. It's very simple. Don't change anything means don't change anything. So I want you to not change anything that you don't need to change. Okay. So that being said, and again, the note is very clear here. Note, these 4 emails are intended for use by financial professionals to cut and paste into their email programs and send to the clients and prospects. Note that the red area should/can be customized. Okay. So now let's look at the handy worksheet. That's what I was telling you about the handy worksheet. Let me just go here. I'm going to go here and I'm going to open that document. And this is the document that I want to spend a couple of minutes. It's a 12-page document. It's a 12-page document. It's a PDF, and it's an incredible piece. Let me just, 1 second, please. About that, but I have been talking a lot this morning. Okay, so let me first scroll down very fast down. Again, 12 pages. I'm going to scroll or sideways. Personal information, survivor needs, college funding needs, health risk factors and cost of care, existing insurance, cash and income need analysis, a fundamental element in life insurance. If you don't know how to do one of these, you should not be selling life insurance. If you don't know how to do a cash and income needs analysis, you are very irresponsible as a professional. If you are selling life insurance and you don't know how to do a cash and income needs analysis, it's the basis of the sale, of the compliant and the fiduciary sale, where you're putting your client's interest in front of your interest. This is a fundamental element that you need to make sure you follow when you sell life insurance. If you meet an insurance agent that is selling life insurance and does not know how to do a cash and income needs analysis, that is an unprofessional life insurance agent. That's somebody that should not have a license. Okay, that's how severe we are about that. So again, cash and income needs analysis and then some notes. So this is the document, and I'm going to get a little bit more specific again. We're not going to spend the whole day on this, but this is a very important document. It has 4 elements: set financial goals, develop a plan, take action, and review and update. So let's go here. Mapping your financial future. So this is a document that I strongly recommend that you download, that you keep for yourself. Once you're appointed with AIG, you can order this document. You can order and they will send it to you. Okay, it's a very nicely printed document that you can have with you. And you can show your clients if you are on a face-to-face. But more importantly, you're going to be managing this document digitally. Remember, we're going to try to set you up in a way where you do a lot of this online. So you need to make sure that you have a digital copy of this, and that when you're showing your client things, you are showing them digitally how to do all these documents. So it has some information, family information, and at the bottom, there is this element here that says for discussion, and there are a couple of questions there. So these are very important questions. This, by the way, I cannot tell you how much it costs to design a document like this, but I would say that a document like this one is probably in the millions of dollars. And let me tell you why. Because they put these experts that they pay hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, these executives from these companies. And those are the guys that put a document like this together. And it's not only one guy, it's a couple of guys, and they take it through their lawyers, and they take it through their actuaries, and they take it through their salespeople and through their marketing. So to put together something like this, there is a lot of input, expensive income into something like this. So make sure that you take advantage of that and use it. Additionally, once you're contracted, you order, you get some of these pieces to your house at no cost to you. And you can have it, and if you are having a face-to-face meeting, physical, then you give them one of these. If you see that they are going to do something about it, my recommendation is normally I send it to them digitally, and I first test to see if they're going to do something about it. And if I see the potential, then I give them a physical document, because a lot of people will take something as valuable as this and just throw it away. And it's a waste of time for the company and for everybody. So again, make sure you learn how to use these tools electronically. So this is that part. And then you have the financial information. And again, on the financial information discussions, for example, describe your current saving strategy. Let me make that a little bit bigger. But I don't think you can describe your current saving strategy. That would be one question. Or what investing money do you take substantial risk, not any risk, or somewhere in between? Well, no, when investing money, and I know it's not very legible with the computer, but again, these are some of the questions that you can read and then get ready for your meeting, and then make sure that you throw some of these questions to the client. Is going to really move you forward in terms of positioning yourself as somebody that is knowledgeable and professional about the topic. So again, this is a very interesting. Normally, I don't spend in these classes too much time in the document that we're sending. I just show them to you. But this one is very important, because with this one, we're going to do a lot of different things in the future. Current expenses, very important. If you're helping them or you're going with them over this is going to help you generate some opportunities. Additionally, when you get to the second level where you're going to be doing a lot of this online, you can be in your computer in your house, they're in their computer in their house, and you're both looking at the same document, and you're having a discussion with them. And again, you are discovering opportunities to sell additional products. So this is the power of a document like this. Current expenses, survivor needs, very important. This tells you who is important. Hey, Whom do you want to protect? Who is important for you in your life? That's a very important conversation. We have multiple products. For example, somebody says, well, I have my wife. I really want to make sure that she's okay. But I also have my grandsons. I have 7 grandsons. Well, guess what? With another company, we have this product that we call it the gift of life, where you can set up 7 different policies for each one of their grandkids. And they end up paying $27 a month or $32 a month, and they give a small life insurance policy to each one of their grandsons. So that's something that you create that opportunity by going through this survivor needs analysis. Okay, who needs money and why? So this shows you something about that. So here we have college funding needs, very popular, this topic, college funding needs, and it gives you some statistics. The document gives you some statistics and again some questions for discussion, which are going to allow you to conduct that interview and to move forward in the interview. Health risk factors and cost of care. This is a very important part of the whole thing, and let me tell you why. Like 10 years ago, we decided that we will never again sell life insurance that does not include living benefits. All the life insurance, the major life insurance that we sell, necessarily includes living benefits. If it doesn't include living benefits, we don't sell that insurance, with the exception of final expenses, okay? And this is where you get into that conversation. Hey, okay, if you die, the family gets money. But what if you don't die? What if you get a stroke? Every 40 seconds, someone in the US has a stroke. Hey, what if you develop Alzheimer's? Every 66 seconds, someone develops Alzheimer's. Hey, what if you have a heart attack? Approximately every 40 seconds, an American will have a heart attack. Part of the presentation. So, hey, what if we, in the life insurance that we're going to talk about, we make sure we cover you for those events? That's called living benefits. So that's the power of a piece like this that is included in the package. So again, as you become more knowledgeable of the products and the materials that you have, you're going to be able to generate new opportunities. And then you have, what do they have? Again, I will dare you to compare one of these products with living benefits to whatever they presently have, and you will be able to replace that policy. And then what I mentioned before, the cash and income needs analysis, very important in life insurance, and some notes. So that's the document that we're going to send to everybody in our digital marketing campaign. So let me get out of here. And now we're back to our digital marketing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to my Prinsuco website. Let me go here to Prinsuco. And this is one way to do it. And if I go to Prinsuco, by the way, when you go to the Prinsuco website, if you go here to resources here, in resources, you click there, and there is down here a tab that says support for email. We give email to many of our agents, an email. So this is how you get support on your email. So I'm going to go in there and go to one of my emails. I have many different emails. Okay, so I'm going to go there. And if I click here to access your corporate webmaster email account, that's one way for you to get your email anywhere you want in this life. So let's do this one. And there I am in my email. And again, I use Dashlane to get there, etc. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a new message. Okay, I'm inside my email account now. If you are sending 20 or 30 emails, you can do this manually. But when you send a lot of emails, then you need to develop the capacity to use a tool to send a lot of emails. For example, right now, we are sending approximately 60,000 emails a week. We send 60,000 emails a week. Did I start sending 60,000 emails a week? No, I started sending 1 email a week. But now we are up to 60,000 emails a week. And our intention is to sell to send, 900,000 emails a week. 900,000 emails a week. Now, obviously, when you're thinking that way, and that we're trying, our intention is to get to that by the end of this year, or if not, by mid-year next year. 1 year from now, we're going to be sending a lot of emails, okay? And it's not, when I say 900,000, it's not 900,000 in the sense that it's 450,000, but then whoever doesn't open the email, we send them a second email. The system takes care of all that. So you end up sending 900,000 emails. So when I tell you today that I am sending 60,000, I actually am sending 30,000, and then it has a system where if they don't open it in a certain period of time that we define, we send it to them again. Those are tools you need to master, but we're going to talk about that later. So the point is that we're going to send an email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my document here, and I'm going to cut and paste. So I'm going to take this document, and I'm going to take the totality of that document. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go to my email account, and I'm going to create a new message, and I'm going to paste. Okay, so there is the email. Now, I'm going to take the subject line, remember, okay, the subject line here, and I'm going to move it to the subject line. So it was part of that. I'm going to take this subject line out. And I'm going to take this subject line. I'm going to cut. And I'm going to paste it in the subject line. So that's a paste there, right there. So now I have my subject. Now, how much life insurance you need? I'm going to take out these instructions. Okay, so I'm going to take out these instructions. And then where it says here, client name, I'm going to put up, whatever. Remember, if you're doing it manually, just never send an anonymous email. So say, Dear Peter. Well, let's say, Dear Al. Okay. Make sure the color of the font, make sure, again, you had it in different color because they really wanted to make sure that you understood the fact that you needed to change that. So Dear Al, there you go. And then your contact information. When I use my other emails, I already have all my contact information automatized, but in this case, for this one, I don't. I'm going to just take that out and say Al Castellanos. That's it. Okay. And I'm going to make sure that it's not in red. So then I have my email. That's my email with all the disclosures and all the links and everything. I'm going to send it to myself so we get it in this same email. And there we go. I'm going to send the email. I got it. I want to check it out. Here it is, the email. How much life insurance do you need? Okay. And I got the link there. I got all the disclosures. If I click on the link, let me make sure that everything is working. And one thing that you can do is send the email initially to yourself to make sure that everything is working. And it downloaded the document. So here is the document. Let me open it. Make sure that we have too many things open at the same time. That's the old document. So let me start closing stuff because I have too many things open here. So I'm not going to save that. Don't save. Let me close all these ones here. Okay. There you go. That's a document right there. So the link was working. So there you have it. You just executed Time Horizon 2 of the Life Insurance Basics Mashup. Let me go to my presentation again. The American Institute. So there we go. We just executed this event here. We just executed email week 2. This one. We just executed help determine your client's financial needs with the consumer needs analysis worksheet. We just executed that one. Let me make it like this. We just executed this. So we just did this email, and you just did week 2 of the life insurance basics mashup. You executed T2 for your email marketing channel. Now you can do this. You know how to do this. Now remember, I told you we have 5 different mashups right now already in the platform that you can start going in and you can start doing this. So let's go to the direct mail channel. And in the direct mail channel, basically you have this piece, this marketing piece, term life insurance, a solution for working moms, the scenario, the solution, the disclosures, and you can here, you can personalize it. So you can personalize the piece before you send it to FedEx Kinkos or your local printer, whoever you want, and you can email that. We can provide you with lists. We will provide you with lists at no cost to you. Okay, if you want to send this to people that are between the ages of 45 and 55 in a specific geographical area or a specific zip code, we can provide you with those lists at no cost to you. So you personalize the content, the piece, again, created by, in this case, AIG. It has all the specific disclosures that you need. So again, do not change anything. That's our recommendation. Do not change anything. And you just send out your direct mail piece, this piece here. You can, again, remember every time you see red letters, those are instructions. Download and customize with your contact before you print it. One way to do business, I would assume it was going downhill incredibly, direct mail. But with what just happened with telemarketing, with that $225 million fine that they gave to this big player, and I'm pretty sure that smaller fines are going across the board to many others that were also doing bad things, there is going to be an opening for direct mail. But I'm maybe speculating on that. I'm moving away from direct mail. I used to do it a lot. I want to really go digital and move away from direct mail. But if you want to do it, it's part of the platform, it's part of the package. We have the content, we have the materials. Every week we can provide you with different types of pieces that you can send to people. So that's number 2. So if we go back to our mashup, we already executed time horizon number 2 for email. We sent an email out and with direct mail. Now we're going to execute time horizon number 2 in LinkedIn, in Facebook, and in Twitter. So we're going to execute time horizon number 2 in LinkedIn, in Facebook, and in Twitter. So I'm going to go down and I have here my instructions. Now, this that you see here, and we go over this every week, this is what we call a bit.ly shortener. This is a bit.ly shortener. This is a sequence of letters and numbers that will send you to somewhere else, a link. Okay, a link, you take something that is really big and you make it very short with a bit.ly shortener. And that way it doesn't take that much space. So this is a bit.ly shortener. In some instances, you're going to see that we have that same bit.ly shortener for LinkedIn and for Facebook. If we put it twice, we want you to copy each one individually. We don't want you to use the bit.ly shortener in the Facebook platform. If you do that, you might end up with the wrong result. So if we give you instructions for LinkedIn, make sure you follow the instructions for LinkedIn. If we give you instructions for Facebook, make sure you follow the instructions for Facebook. Okay. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this message here. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to open my LinkedIn account. I'm going to open my LinkedIn account. This is my LinkedIn account. Again, I'm going to use my Dashlane system to open my LinkedIn account. as much protection as I can for any one of the platforms that I use. And I'm going to click here where it says start a post. Start a post. I'm going to click here and I'm going to paste my message. Paste. There you have it. Boom. I pasted it. Okay. So it takes the message. The majority of Americans would have trouble paying living expenses immediately or within several months if the primary wage earner died. Life insurance can help with this. And the bit.ly shortener, and it will include the image that was pulled by the bit.ly shortener. This bit.ly shortener basically said, Mr. Platform, go to this other place and take this image and bring it in. That's what the bit.ly said. And that is the image that you are posting in LinkedIn. It's basically that message and that image. $250,000 average total cost to attend a private 4-year college. That is your LinkedIn post. Now, you could add hashtags and add things down here. We're not going to get into that now. You need to take a whole class on hashtags in order to really take advantage of the concept of hashtag. It's a powerful concept, but if you don't know what you're doing with hashtag, you don't know even what a hashtag is all about, don't even use them, because you might end up sending people to the wrong place, okay? So, or sending the wrong message that you don't even understand. Some of those hashtags will take you to some places that you don't even know where you're headed. So make sure that you're careful with hashtags. So I'm going to post. Again, my recommendation to you is just post whatever we're giving you. Don't add anything else to that. So I'm going to post it. And there we go. It's posted. It says post successful. View your post. I'm going to view my post. And there we go. That's my LinkedIn post. The majority of Americans will have trouble paying living expenses immediately or within several months if the primary wage earner died. Life insurance didn't add anything else on that. Okay, these people in LinkedIn, they can contact me through messaging or through different ways. So if somebody's interested, but again, you can add down here what we call to actions things. You can send them to a life insurance calculator. You can send them to your e-commerce store. You can send them to a quote engine where they can enroll directly and buy directly from you. You can do many different things. You can send them to a video where you talk about life insurance. You can send them to a podcast where you just, you're not present in terms of an image, but you have a message. You can send them to your blog where you talk about all these other topics. You can send them to many different places. You can do a lot of different things. That's how you start connecting everything associated with digital marketing. So there we go. I'm going to get out of my LinkedIn account. I'm going to close it. I have too many things open. I'm back to my platform. And I'm going to go back to my strategy. Okay, so I have already executed time horizon number 2 for life insurance basics campaign, the LinkedIn component. So I already posted or sent an email. I already sent some marketing pieces on the mail to people, and I already posted in LinkedIn. Now I'm going to do the same thing with Facebook. I'm going to do the same thing with Facebook. So I'm going to post in Facebook the same image that I just posted in LinkedIn. I'm going to post it in Facebook. Let me just okay, let me make sure that we are where we need to be. So I'm going to open my Facebook account, and there is several classes on Facebook. Several. Facebook, you need to learn a lot about Facebook in order to really be proficient with Facebook. But one of the things that I'm going to show you here is if I click here, and I'm going to show you, I know sometimes you cannot see what I'm doing. I'm going to click here, this little button here, this little down pointing triangle there. And I click here on manage pages here. Those are some of my Facebook pages. Those are some of my Facebook pages, okay? And I have many, many different Facebook pages for many different strategies. Basically, for each thing that I think about, I create a Facebook page. I have multiple Facebook pages. And in fact, I have canceled several that I am not using anymore, and it gets too long for me. But the point is that, and these are what we call landing pages, landing pages. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that if you're talking about final expenses, you send that individual to a final expenses landing page. If you're talking about health insurance, you send that individual to a health insurance landing page. If you're talking about annuities, you send that individual to an annuities landing page. If you're talking about preventive services in Medicare, you send them to a landing page that is about preventive services in Medicare. So now you got the idea, you understand why do you have so many landing pages. And we're going to teach you how to do all these landing pages. And guess what? They cost zero to do. So you're going to learn about that. But what I wanted to talk about here is I have this message about life insurance, and supposedly I am here trying to sell life insurance. So, for example, I have a landing page here, or I am part of a group of people here that are about learning how to write a best-selling book. That's a project. I mean, how to write a best-selling book. Not how to write a book, how to write a best-selling book. Would I post my life insurance? And it's only like in that group, we have 25, 30 people that are part of that project. Would I send my life insurance message there? No, I'm not going to, I don't talk to them about selling them life insurance. Okay. They're helping me write the book. Okay. So I'm not going to post it in that page. So I need to make sure that my message is aligned with whatever page I'm doing. Okay, I'm into recruiting, I'm into selling, I'm into all these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Premier Insurance Contracts landing page, which is one for the FMO, for the agency, and that's one I use for these exercises. And I'm going to post in that one, okay? And I show things that you can do in your landing pages, like putting calendars and things in there. So we do different things there. So I'm going to post in my Premier Insurance Contracts landing page, okay? I'm going to do it there. So create a post. So I'm going to write a post and I'm going to paste. And there you go. There it is. That's the post that I'm going to be sending. Okay, I don't know if I can go up here, but that's the post. Now remember again, I just cut and paste. The bit.ly still showing because I'm right now inside their platform. I'm talking to the platform. I'm not talking to the final user yet. So I see the bit.ly and I can see that it brought in the image. Very important that you see that the image is there. If it's not there, that means that something is wrong with the connector. And you don't want to send something talking about something that you're going to show them and then don't show them that. It shows bad. So again, make sure. And also you could do a lot of things with this. You could do hashtags, you could do call to action things. You can do many other things to this. Right now, that is not what I'm trying to show you. So I'm just going to basically, what I want you to do is just to learn how to post something into one of the pages that you are working with. Okay, so there we go. Let me make sure that it's finished. There it is. I'm going to go to my post. There it is. Now it does show the bit.ly in Facebook does show the bit.ly and the image. Now you could have a couple of different bit.lys here because you can also send people to other places. Send people to other places. Okay. So again, that is in this case, if they click on it, they're going to be sent to this website, to www.196.aig.com. And if you wanted to boost it, then you would click here and you would promote it. We're not going to be doing that yet. I would not be promoting something like this, but this is just to give you an idea of all the different things that that you can do. Just go here 1 second. Scroll down a little bit more. I'm just looking at this is June 10th. This is June the 15th. Okay, so there you have it. And again, we're going to go over statistics, and we're going to be covering a couple of different things there. And the reason why you see it a couple of times is because I did this for the other classes. So that's why you see the post there several times. I use this website for that, so I don't start sending messages all over the place. Every time I do an exercise, I do it on this website. Okay, on this landing page. So let me go back to the course. And now we have completed T2, time horizon number 2, which is week number 2 of the life insurance basics mashup, which we are executing on week 25 of the year. We are on week 25 of 2020. So when we first started, I showed you this is week 25, and we're doing T2, which is week 2 of the life insurance basics mashup, and we already executed the mashup for our email channel. We executed the mashup for a direct mail channel. We executed the mashup for the LinkedIn channel, and we executed the mashup for the Facebook channel. Again, you can register for other classes that we have, where we have other mashups with other pieces and a lot of very interesting content, and you can just start. You do week 1, time horizon 1, then the following week you do time horizon 2, and now you're generating a lot of activity. Now, this is what we call organic growth. What you're trying to accomplish here is organic growth. What you're trying to accomplish here is to learn how to massage all these channels, to interact with all these channels. You need to learn how to upload a video. You need to know how to upload a document, where to send it, how to add a message. All these things you are training, you are doing, and it's not costing you money. So that's the intention of this. That's why I want you to execute many mashups. And again, we have multiple mashups with multiple strategies. So now let's complete our mashup. So we're going to go to the last one, which is the Twitter account. And again, we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to take the message. Now, let me tell you something about Twitter. Basically, when we went into LinkedIn and I copy and pasted the message and the bit.ly shortener, the LinkedIn platform and also the Facebook platform, they have the capacity that in their editor, when you put a bit.ly shortener, they can read it and they can execute it. So it brings the image in while you are talking to the editor. That's not the case with Twitter. So with Twitter, what you need to do is you need to take the image that you want to share or post or send somewhere, and you need to download that image into your computer. And then you bring up the image from your computer as an image into Twitter. So there's an additional step that you need to do with Twitter. So I already know that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the shortener. I'm going to click on the shortener here. So it's going to take me to the image. So that's the image. Now I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the image in my computer. And I have this week 25 thing. So that's the image. Now remember, you also have the image in the download section. Remember that I told you that all our images are there. So that's why you see it there already. But I'm going to just put it there. I'm going to save it there. So the image is now in my computer. So now I'm going to go to my Twitter account. I'm going to open my Twitter account. And remember, in my Twitter account, I use Dashlane so that I don't have to know what my password is or anything. Everything is done in a, this is an extremely complex password that I have for Twitter. I don't know the password for Twitter, but I know it's mean, it's bad, okay? It has a lot of stuff, okay? So to make sure that they don't hack me there. So now I'm going to go into Twitter. I'm going to click on images. I'm going to click on images. And I'm going to upload the image. I'm going to go to week 25. I'm going to take the image. This was last week's image. Now this is this week's image, and I'm going to open it. I'm going to click here and open here. And I'm going to upload the image into Twitter. Again, the editor, the platform doesn't read directly the shortener, the bit.ly shortener. So you have to do this additional step. That's it. You could add, you could tag people, you could add descriptions, you can do a lot of things. I'm not going to get into that at this time. I'm going to just tweet it. And it says your tweet was sent. View your tweet. I'm going to view it, make sure that everything is in order. That's my tweet right there. Okay. Go back here. Let me close this here. Home. There is my tweet right there. And again, you can position your image, your message. You can send messages on different things. For example, if we get tomorrow this headline in the Houston Chronicle or in the news, hurricane coming to Houston, get ready. Okay, we have a checklist mashup that has documents that checklists that people can follow to make sure that they cover all financial aspects of a particular life event. So you could place an image here that says, and it's from another brand that we have that is called the Checklist Depot. So you could place here, do you want a checklist on what you need to know about your financial situation if you get hit by a hurricane? Okay? And you post that image with that message. Now, if they say yes, what you would do is you would say, okay, I'm going to send you the checklist. Give me your name, give me your email address, give me your zip code, and whatever other information. You capture that information and you send them the checklist. That's one strategy. Now, if the following day it says that the hurricane is definitely coming to Houston, I would send it every 3 hours. So the time horizon would change to every 3 hours. And I just send it and send it and send it and send it and keep sending it. That's one way to use digital marketing to strategize. Okay, so you got the idea. Because you would say something like this, well, but that's an inoffensive message. Well, but I got 3 kids through college. So that's a very important message to me. Okay, so if I am into it, I will click on it and say, hey, can you send me some additional information? And then you start a relationship with them because of that message. That's how it works. So I am going to close all these things because, again, we have a lot of things open. I'm going to close here. Close the image. Let me go back to the actual presentation. Okay, so here we are. So congratulations, you have completed T2. Okay, you have completed T2. You sent an email campaign, you sent some direct mail, you posted in LinkedIn an image, you posted in Facebook an image, and you posted in Twitter a message and an image. You completed week 2, time horizon 2. Okay, I'm going to just say here, thank you. I want to go to T3. By the way, I'm doing this on purpose because I need your feedback, okay? I need you to help me get this better. Remember, nobody's doing this for insurance agents in the world. Nobody. Nobody's doing this for insurance agents in the world. We have a lead and advantage over any other organization today in America with this. And I know that everybody's looking at us and they're copying us and they're going to try to replicate this and do it. And that's part of how business goes. But we want to make sure that we keep that lead for as much as possible. And we only need 2 or 3 years of lead to consolidate ourselves in a way that they will never be able to catch up again. So your feedback is very important on this. So give me feedback, okay? Give me feedback. Give me feedback. Very important that you give me feedback. So I'm going to post a comment. And that's it. I executed my mashup.